Here we have a SAT math problem. Okay, let's go over the question. In a set of 4 consecutive odd integers where the integers are ordered from least to greatest, the first integer is represented by x. The product of 12 and the fourth odd integer is at most 26 less than the sum of the first and third odd integers. Which inequality represents this situation? Okay, the question says that there are 4 consecutive odd integers and also they have been ordered from least to greatest, and the first integer is x. For example, if I assume the first odd integer is 5, what is the next consecutive odd integer? That is 7. What is the next consecutive odd integer? That is 9. The next consecutive odd integer is 11. Okay, here we have 4 consecutive odd integers. Okay, when I take 5 as the first odd integer, and if I want to get the next consecutive odd integer 7, what should I do with this 5? I have to add 2 to this 5 to get the next consecutive odd integer 7. Okay, from 7, if I want to get the next consecutive odd integer 9, what should I do with this 7? So I have to add 2 to this 7. To get the next consecutive odd integer 11, so I have to add 2 to this 9. Just for an example, I took 5 as the first odd integer. According to the question, x represents the first odd integer. Okay, if x represents the first odd integer, to get the next consecutive odd integer, what should I do with this x? I have to add 2 to this x, like what I've done over here. So after x, the next consecutive odd integer is x positive 2. Okay, after x positive 2, to get the next consecutive odd integer, I have to add 2 to this x positive 2. Then I'm getting x positive 4. Now to get the next consecutive odd integer, we have to add 2 to this x positive 4. Then I'm getting x positive 6. Okay, when x represents the first odd integer, and these are the 4 consecutive odd integers ordered from least to greatest. Okay, now let me consider this statement, that is the product of 12 and the fourth odd integer. Okay, so we have to multiply 12 and the fourth odd integer, that is x positive 6. So 12 times x positive 6. So this expression represents a statement we have over here, the product of 12 and the fourth odd integer. Now let's consider this statement, that is 26 less than the sum of the first and third odd integers. Okay, when this statement is read, particularly this stuff 26 less than, many students will write 26 negative. Actually it is wrong. 26 less than means we have to subtract this 26 from the sum of the first and third odd integers. Okay, first let's write the sum of the first and third odd integers. That is, we have to add them, x positive 4. From the sum of the first and third odd integers, we have to subtract this 26. For this information, 26 less than. That is, let's subtract 26 over here. Okay, this expression represents the statement we have over here, 26 less than the sum of the first and third odd integers. Now, let's read this statement completely. That is, the product of 12 and the fourth odd integer is at most 26 less than the sum of the first and third odd integers. That is, the maximum value of this 12 times x positive 6 is this x positive 4, negative 26. That is, the value of this 12 times x positive 6 can be equal to this, or the value of this one has to be less than this. That is, we can use a symbol less than or equal to over here. So the inequality we have over here represents this statement, the product of 12 and the fourth odd integer is at most 26 less than the sum of the first and third odd integers. And we have this inequality in answer choice A. So the correct answer choice for this question is A.